Yesterday's sun will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow. And high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again.
Let's all take a breath together.
Sankofa, high in the heavens you soar. My soul is
Give thanks.
soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? It will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow. And high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa flies again and again.
Well, I'll read the opening, and then we'll have the words. These words were composed by Damali. So I will begin, and Damali will continue. And as we move to the next slide, we will each take turns. So we welcome the wisdom of the past so that we may open the way for this wisdom in the present moment and in the future.
We welcome the wisdom of the universe, the wisdom of all faith traditions and all walks to be with us in this present moment. We call on the names of our ancestors. May the people who came before us walk with us now. May they be with us in this time and space so that we might carry that wisdom forward with us now. Ashe.
Ashe. LaTronda, you want to kick us off and continue?
Sure. We call on our ancestors now and the many others and ask them to be with us now. We are because they were, and they remind us to look back. We call in the ancestral wisdom. Am I going across or down?
Across.
We call in ancestral wisdom now, that embodied wisdom that is a feeling beyond words. We recognize and know this embodied wisdom as a guide for all of us now.
Ashe. And we take turns. Someone else can begin to continue.
We listen for ancestral wisdom now, that intuitive wisdom that speaks to us in silence, in whispers, in that inner knowing that guides our every step.
Ashe.
Ashe.
We see the Sankofa bird now as it looks back to inform the future. We embrace the sacred bird's wisdom in this moment, and we embrace the wisdom of the Akan people who have gifted us with this idea of Sankofa.
Ashe.
Ashe.
We embrace the wisdom of the ancient teachers and invite us to embrace the indigenous spiritual wisdom from across the Mother Earth and so many others, the teachings of all infinite and integral paths.
Ashe.
Ashe.
We embrace the wisdom found in lived experiences, of all lived experiences, knowing that each of our experiences has brought us here right now.
Ashe.
Ashe. We honor every culture, every identity, every ability, every language, every age.
Ashe.
We invite us in this moment to embrace our shared humanity and to take a moment for a deep witnessing of this shared humanity now.
Ashe.
Ashe.
It is from this place that we can also welcome our joy and bliss. It is from this place of witnessing that we can dance and celebrate every one of our lived experiences, that we can be with our shared humanity.
Ashe.
Ashe.
As we look back across our lifetimes, every moment, and rejoice in knowing it has all been for a reason. It has all been for a divine purpose.
Ashe.
Ashe.
We look back, we are thankful for the journey so that we can support ourselves and our community in healing and evolving so that our consciousness may be expanded and lifted now and forevermore.
Ashe.
And like the Sankofa bird, this look back, this journey with ancestral wisdom, this deep witnessing of one another has prepared us to take this journey in this program together now. It has fortified us and made us stronger. Ashe.
Ashe. And we call on the blessings of water.
So I have a glass of water here that has been listening to everything that has been said. And we use water as an offering and as a blessing. Water is life. Water conducts energy. Water is receptive. It's a shapeshifter and it can change form, and it changes form in us as well with our psychic states in different ways. So I offer this water to the group. I will have it here listening to us throughout this entire conversation. And I was taught that you can always offer water to the earth, to the ancestors, to yourself for your own health. So thank you, Sacred Water. Thank you for joining us, for being receptive to our conversation, our intentions today. Thank you for your medicinal healing powers. Thank you for bathing us, for bathing the planet, for all the mysterious ways that you work on this beautiful planet that we aren't even aware of, the depth of your mysteries. We thank you, Water, for the times that we've sat next to you and you've calmed our spirit. We thank you for the times when we needed a glass of water and you uplifted us. We thank you so much, Water. Without you, there is no life on earth. And we ask that you just listen as we gather today in community and bring our full hearts and selves to this gathering, that you hear our intentions and you lift them and take them where they need to go. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I'll have a little for us.
Ashe. Oh.
Yo.
I'll get the plant a little too. Ashe.
And we continue our call in. We call in our ancestors, knowing that in order to be born, you needed 2 parents,
4 grandparents,
8 great-grandparents,
16 second great grandparents,
32 third great grandparents,
64 fourth great grandparents,
128
5th great grandparent,
256 sixth great grandparents,
512 seventh great grandparents,
1,024 eighth great grandparents,
2,048 ninth great grandparents over the last 400 years. For you to be born today from 12 previous generations, you need a total sum of 4,094 ancestors.
4,094. Each of us come to this moment with 4,094 deep. You are never, ever, ever, ever alone. You have 4,094 at a minimum that has brought you forward to be born and birthed in this moment and this time.
Just think for a moment how many prayers, how many battles, how many struggles, how much determination, how much happiness, how many love stories, how many expressions of hope for the future did our ancestors, did your ancestors have to experience for you to exist in this moment, in this present moment?
So it is in the spirit of Sankofa that we open the way with these words of acknowledgement. Ashe.
Hey, Ashe.
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 So welcome everyone, welcome everyone. So now that we have welcomed in the spirits, the energy, the ancestors, let's see who's in the space. I'm going to begin and introduce myself, and we'll do the BPP team, and then we'll do the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and then we'll hear your voices to see who's in the space. So I'm Dr. Adeeba Deterville. I'm the creator and project manager for the Black Psychology Project at CIIS. I'm also core faculty in the School of Undergraduate Studies. I also adjunct in a variety of different spaces and places around CIIS. And I'm just happy to be here and be in community with each and every one of you as we begin our month of deep reflection of Black thought, Black liberation, and Black joy. And I'm going to hand it over to Tronda.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tronda, and I am the program assistant for the BPP, working closely with Dr. D. I am also a third-year doctoral student in the ITP Integral and Transpersonal Psychology program here at CIIS.
And
Molly?
Yep.
I wasn't sure if Deanna was going to go next. So I'm Damali Robertson. I am the Assistant Director of the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And I'm so blessed and fortunate to work with these wonderful women. Thank you so much for having me be an honorary part of the BPP team.
And thank you for beautiful invocation words. She composed that for us, and I have been, it's been in rotation ever since.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Ridgel. I'm the new Associate Dean of Students here at CIIS. I'm happy to join the team, and hopefully I will meet all of you soon.
Beautiful, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I can speak. I'm Diana Jimenez, core faculty in the somatic department, as well as the new project, the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship. I'm still finding my way in our family. I was like, I don't know if I'm honorary, am I in, like all of it? But I feel held either way. And yeah, I think that's it. Good to see you all.
You too. I think that leaves my beloved Rachel Bryant.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Rachel Bryant. I am the Chief Diversity Officer. I've also been a student at CIS and back and forth here. I love the CIS I figured it out 13 years yesterday. And I am so happy that this work I have seen evolve. And every time we come together, it just honors all the names and programs, projects, dissertations, papers, struggles, advocacy that all the Black community and allies have done at CIS since its inception. But we are highly visible in here, and I feel so blessed to be with you all.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's hear from everyone else. Let's popcorn around. We're going to take about 10, 15 minutes or whatever we need and to see who's in the room, who's in the space. Don't make us call on you, because we will.
Hi, everyone. I'm George Kitch, psychologist. I've been around for perhaps too long, but anyway, I've been around CIS for a while. I am the chair of Integral Counseling Psychology Program, and really, really happy to be here among you to see all this going on over these years. I know with all the work that I've done with those of you I know more closely, it's like Yes, it's been an uphill battle. Yes, the battle is everywhere. Yes, we're looking for and need allies everywhere. And at the same time, it's incredibly gratifying. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, George. Thank you.
Hi, this is Mary Ayodele from Houston, Texas, and I'm a second-year JAGNA-ship cohort person and a second-year doctoral student in women's spirituality.
Yay, Mary.
Hi, my name is Tracy Williams. I'm in the community mental health program at CIIS. It's my first year, actually my second semester just started. So I'm also part of the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship cohort. I'm just really excited to be here. I already just feel so much support and so held by by all of you in this program. So thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Yay. I'm just going to say yay to everybody. I saw Shamika joined us. She's one of the BPP team.
I can introduce myself quickly and my little co-pilot here. My name is Danielle Drake, and I am the chair of the Expressive Arts Therapy Program. Have been around this beautiful family since 2008. And I am so excited that the ancestors just conspired for me to be able to be present today. My little one here, Kingston, just turned 1. So I am now busier than ever before. He's almost walking. And so I'll be chasing after a little one very shortly here, but I'm so happy to be here and happy to be a part of this day, which represents so much work over the years that I've been able to be a part of, work alongside with all kinds of stuff. So I'm just, it feels good. It feels good to be in the light of this circle.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Dr. Drake. She was one of our project advisors in 2018. She served in an official capacity with the BPP, and it's just much, much love always. Who are we going to hear next?
Okay. Hello, I am Kelly Foster, and I am a first-year student in the somatic psychology program. And I am in my second semester, and I just got accepted into the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship, which I'm super excited about. And I have to say that it was really lovely to hear Kingston. I haven't heard a little one in so long. That's music to my ears. It brings me joy.
Yay.
Hey, I'm gonna bring you some more joy in the background. You can probably hear 2 babies screaming. I'm Shamika. I'm in Jamaica, so I can't, and my family's going through a lot, so I'm only here to say greetings. I'm in the hills and on somebody's beta and on my phone and all that. I'm a doctoral student, just a student right now. Dr. D, we need to have a conversation about making it shorter, but I am a doctoral student right now in the transformative studies program. I have been a bit out of it because of a lot of death in my family recently, but I will say that this is my second year in the Judgmentship cohort, and I really, Dr. D's on my clots of love. I'll probably have to sign off clots of love.
Thank you, Shamika. Who is next?
Hi, this is Janine Canty. I'm a faculty in the Transformative Inquiry Department, teaching in Transformative Studies, working with Shamika and Radia and some other folks here. And this is my first full year at CIS. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be here. I'm multitasking and making a little bit of dinner. So I was glad to get the notice and able to chime in. I'm in Boulder, Colorado. So just so honored to be among all these beautiful, very intelligent faces.
Welcome. We're so happy to see you and have you here with us. Who's next? Who's next?
Happy to go. Hi, everybody. My name is Lily Ritchie. I'm part of the admissions team here at CIS. I work with integral counseling psychology and somatic psychology. Shout out to Kelly. Welcome. Yes, hello. So wonderful to see some students that I've had the great privilege to work with, and so happy to see you here and happy to see all your beautiful faces, and thank you for this offering of celebration and initiation of this really beautiful month. I'm so blessed and grateful and look forward to participating and celebrating and being in joy with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's keep it rolling.
I'll roll.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Greetings. My name is Radia. I am a second semester doctoral student in the Transformative Studies program. I hear myself halting because I don't say that too often. And I'm happy to be in this company. It feels like it's an important part of my journey at CIIS, and an important and a need being filled across the whole school for me and for all of us who are here, I'm sure. And I'm excited that we're going to be participating and learning or enjoying our heritage as a group. And I look forward to getting to know everyone in the room and sharing this experience with you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Nice to see your hair down.
I know.
So fun.
It'll be back up tomorrow.
Hi, my name, I go by Gabi. I use the they, their pronouns, and I am the new circulation supervisor and course resource manager in the library. And I started January 3rd, and I am just so happy that there is a space like this here. I've just been to staff meetings where like I hear like the most unrepresented group here that feels like they don't belong are, of course, Black, Indigenous, and trans. And I just feel like spaces like these need to occur more often. And I'm just very honored to be sharing this moment with y'all. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
We have a couple more folks who popped their head in.
Hi everyone, my name is V. I started at CIIS 3 years ago as the doctoral student in the anthropology and social change department. My research is focusing is in the area of critical suicide studies. About 2 years ago, I started working for CIIS. I'm the program coordinator for Women's Spirituality program. And then as the staff member, I'm a staff trustee on the CIIS Board of Trustees. And I'm honored and I'm absolutely brimming with joy and in awe of the work that has been done, the motivation that went into every single meeting, project, email, communication, connection, and really love the energy and really love the vision. So I'm here to celebrate. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so good to meet you. I feel so disconnected sometimes because I'm not in the building anymore. I'm in Sacramento and I don't get into the city into the building often. My very first job at CIS was program coordinator for women's spirituality. So
There you are. And we met at that retreat at the Terra Temple. That's right, that's right, that's right. Thank
yeah.
you, Diva. Thanks.
Whose voice is next?
My name's Quadwo. I am Adeeba's husband, and I'm here to basically support and be able to experience this great event again. 28 Days of Blackness and all of the work that you all have been doing on it over the years has been really impressive. And so I just really am wanting to hear the presentations and the discourse. Yeah.
My beloved.
I can go. Hey everyone, my name's Heidi, and I'm the director of the Center for Writing and Scholarship presently, but I have a long history with CIIS. And so I feel like many have expressed just honored and in awe and grateful to be here because I remember in 2007, this wasn't here in any shape or form. So to be able to support you, Dr. D and Tronda and Rachel and Damali, like elevate this event, but all year round, like I'm just glad to be here and thank you.
Love you, Heidi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lavisa. I just popped on. Hi. So I'll just follow suit. I'm in the ICP program in my third semester. Applying for practicum at the moment. And I also work on campus in operations at the front desk and throughout the building. So I'll probably see you all now that we're open. Yeah, I'm honored to be here. So thank you for holding the space.
Beautiful. Oh, it's so good to see your face. I don't have it on gallery view, so I don't know if everyone's had a chance to speak.
I'll go. My name is Ashley. I'm a fifth semester ICP student. And I'm also part of the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship as well.
Welcome. Yay. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cecilia. I am in my first year of the somatics program, my second semester, also part of this year's Jegnership program and also part of the Emerging Black Clinicians program.
Look at you. You just all in the mix. Love it. Love it. Anyone else? You all have to let me know.
I can go. Hi, everyone. I'm Ty. I'm in my second year of CMH, so semester 5 out of 7. And I'm also part of the Emerging Black Clinicians cohort for the fellowship.
Yay.
And I'm just happy to be here and excited to meet everybody.
Yay. That's so good. Is that, or have all spoken and shared? All right, not hearing more voices, I am going to just do a real quick presentation, just really briefly, just a few slides on Sankofa Praxis. The Black Psychology Project, and basically all of anybody who's been in a class with me, you probably all have heard this before. All that I do is built on a meta theory that I created called Sankofa Praxis. And again, those of you who have been in community with me before know that I have some visual limitations that make it difficult for me to read text on the screen. So I often will ask for visual assist. And so I'm going to do that throughout here as well, is to ask for a visual assist. And so basically what that means is for someone to read the slide for me out loud. But I can give a quick synopsis of what Sankofa Praxis is. It is a process by which I look at the world and engage with the world. It's a model that I utilize. It's been utilized to construct the BPP. You'll notice that we have different components, and as we go through the slides, you'll see those that make up the Black Psychology Project. And basically, it focuses in it's a relational process and praxis where we engage in what's called jegnaship. And through that jegnaship process and through the process of Sankofa, which you'll see in just a second, we do a journey through episteme. How do you know what you know? Psychology, what is your spirit, your soul, the understanding of what it means to be human, spiritness, and personhood. And so Sankofa Praxis is a process by which we move through episteme, psychology, spiritness, and personhood. And I use the image of the calabash, the divine calabash, to represent the way in which the container in which we are all held. And so I'm going to ask someone to read the slide for me.
The calabash.
Oh, sorry, please go ahead.
The calabash gourd is a symbol of African knowledge. It was one of the first cultivated plants to be used for food, water, carrier, ritual, art, and music. From a ritual perspective, it denotes or represents the three realms of African reality: microcosmos, visible, immediate, perceptible world; mesocosmos, invisible, and the intermediate world of spirits, genies, and beneficial malevolent forces; and macrocosmos, invisible, the world beyond the senses, the world of the divine, ancestors, and spirit beings.
Thank you. And so I envision this all being a part of the divine calabash, or what I call the calabash of jegnaship, the Sankofa Praxis calabash. And once I stop the screen share, I'll actually show you a physical calabash that I have that represents the praxis. So Sankofa, I've mentioned a few times. We opened with it, with the invocation and the song. And so I'll have someone read this for me.
As a conceptual framing, the Sankofa bird represents all four aspects of the Sankofa practice meta theory, including the reclamation of African episteme, psychospiritual restoration, reascension through knowledge transfer, and cultural revitalization through collective self-actualization.
Thank you. And so the intention is that as we engage in Sankofa Praxis, we are engaging in this process of restoration and alignment and self-actualization. The other component of Sankofa Praxis is jegnaship. And a main feature of the BPP is the jegnaship cohort. And so here's my definition of jegnaship.
Jegnaship is a relational, African-centered, intentionally guided development process for intergenerational knowing and knowledge transfer, which engages in a mutual co-learning experience. Jegnaship, at its roots, embraces communal, relational notions of personhood, which entails a consideration of both earthly and spiritual obligations.
And so jegnaship is not mentorship. Mentorship is oftentimes a hierarchical process where one holds knowledge and wisdom, opportunity, position, and will select a mentee that they will then offer some of that knowledge to in order for them to advance. Oftentimes, mentor, mentee, mentorship is really more around ambition and a position acquisition, as opposed to a deeper sense of co-learning, mutual respect, walking the path together, a transfer of knowledge that is mutually shared. And It is also one that is eternal. We remain in jegnaship with one another, even from in all three realms in the divine calabash. So you remain in jegnaship with your ancestors. You are in jegnaship with future generations to come. You're in jegnaship with the peers that are around you. You're in jegnaship with yourself. So jegnaship is a profound experience that is multidimensional. So who is a jegna?
A Jegna has been tested in struggle or battle. They've demonstrated extraordinary, and unusual fearlessness. They've shown determination and courage in protecting his or her people, land, and culture. Shown diligence and dedication to our people, produced exceptional high quality work, and dedicated themselves to the protection, the defense, nurturance, and development of our young by advancing our people, place, and culture. Please, Nobles 20.
Adeeba, can I ask a question, Adeeba?
Yes.
Can you tell us, can you tell me more about the words themselves, about Jagna and Jagnaship and about Sankofa and or any others that we don't, commonly encounter?
I can. Yes, I can. So the word Sankofa is drawn from a larger communication system created by the Akan people of West Africa in the country called Ghana. And there are hundreds of what's called Adinkra symbols that are representative of this larger communication system. And so it's represented by both a proverb, it's to go back and fetch that which has been forgotten to move forward. It's represented symbolically, in this case by a bird looking back with an egg in its mouth while it moves forward. And it also is represented by the practice, so how one lives their life. So that's why it's considered a communication system. So that one singular term, Sankofa, is one example of that. And then Jegna is an Abyssinian word from the Ethiopian people. And so Dr. Nobles, who's pictured here in the center, this photo was taken in the lobby at CIIS during a previous BPP event. At the time, it was called the MHSA ABSI cohort. So Dr. Nobles and his colleagues, Asa Hilliard and Naeem Akbar, were looking for alternatives to the European and Western construct of mentorship and mentee. And so as folks like myself who do these things, they engaged in Sankofa and did an investigation around and looked across the continent to see what sort of concepts around leadership, knowledge transfer, and so forth existed. And there was a professor at UC Berkeley that introduced them to the term Jegna. And so Dr. Nobles and his colleagues identified these attributes of a Jegna and then brought the concept of Jegna-ship or Jegna-ing to the Association of Black Psychologists in the late 90s. And so we've been operationalizing it as part of our own way in which we do knowledge transfer from professionals to students and across, as I said before, officially in ABSI, the Association of Black Psychologists, since the late 90s, but in practice prior to that, because I've been a member of ABSI since the late 80s, and we were engaging in Jegnaship even then, even though it wasn't officially named that within the association. So I hope that answered enough for now.
Thank you. Yes, thanks.
And so the Black Psychology Project at CIIS, I wanted us to talk a little bit about, for those of you who are new and haven't been exposed to the BPP, what is the Black Psychology Project at CIIS?
I can read this one.
Thank you.
The Black Psychology Project at CIIS BPP at CIIS is an African-centered workshop series and leadership development program that focuses on African ancestry students with inclusion of the broader CIIS community. The BPP at CIIS raises awareness of and support for Black psychology as a field of study and for its application and practice in one's life work, personally and professionally. A unique aspect of the program is the use of an African-centered leadership development and knowledge transfer praxis called JEGNAship.
Thank you. And so the objectives of the BPP are to
enhance the integral education learning experiences of African ancestry students and the CIIS community by increasing knowledge and awareness of Black psychology as a field of study and its application and practice. To continue to move CIIS towards centering diversity, equity, and inclusion by expanding the epistemological frame to one that takes an emic approach to psycho-spiritual wellness via African-rooted theories, which advance African views, values, and symbolism as restorative praxis.
Thank you. And so this beautiful timeline was created by Shamika, and I have just bow down to the timeline slide producing skill set that Shamika brings to the team. So Rachel and I started what this is now under the heading of the MHSA ABSI cohort. So MHSA is the Mental Health Services Act. And so back in 2014, 2015, Rachel was the director of MHSA. And I was a program coordinator for the MCP program, but I'd also been, by that point, like 25 or so year member of the Association of Black Psychologists. So I always had at my desk all of these articles and all of this material on Black psychology. And as she does, and I love when she does it, she said, "Hey, Adeeba, I have an idea. Why don't we put together a cohort of students from across the 5 concentrations, and you can share with them in a more directed way your knowledge of Black psychology?" And I was like, "Hey, Rachel, that sounds like a great idea." So that's what we did. Like literally, that's how it happened. That's what we did. And so thus begun back in 2015, the MHSA ABSI cohort. And we did our second iteration of that the following year. And then that continued on into a third offering. And at this point, we were able to apply for a grant, a mini grant from the state. And we were funded to create the Black Psychology as a Professional Gateway project. And so in this iteration, we expanded out into the community. We partnered with 3 community-based organizations. We recruited a cohort of 20 that were a mix of students from all different kinds of schools and universities across the state and into other states, community members, community-based healers and wellness practitioners. So we had a really beautiful dynamic group of cohort participants, and we did our workshop series. We had workshops in 3 different locations plus CIIS. They were hybrid before the term hybrid existed. They were on Zoom before anybody else but me and a couple other people knew what Zoom was. And we touched over 100 people through the Black Psychology as a Professional Gateway project. And while all of this was going on, I was, doing my dissertation stuff. And I finished up enough where I felt like I could come back again to this work. And in 2019, I think it was, we did a new name, which is the name that it almost still has now. We call it the Black Psychology Program. And we specifically called it the Black Psychology Program because we wanted to get in the ear of administration. We wanted administration to see us and recognize us in a way that elevated us to a program status. And so even though we weren't technically a program, an academic program, we used that name to really just bring forward the impact that we were having. And as a result of that, right before Judy retired in her last presentation at the BPP, she affirmed the Black Psychology Program as an official part of what was then the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. So last year's cohort, the 2021 cohort, was the first official offering from CIIS of what is now called the Black Psychology Project at CIIS. And so we officially became a part of the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, and now the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And so this cohort year, in between, because of all of the work that had happened, and I don't know how the word got out, but I think I do, because we were doing good work in the world. A funder approached a community-based organization and asked them, what's your dream project? And they said a Black Psychology Project, like they're doing at CIIS. We want to partner with them. And so this funder came to CIIS and asked, how do I help? And as a result of that, we now have the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship Grant. And so, yay! So we have that program, and we are continuing to move forward with the Black Psychology Project, and we have many other big dreams ahead of us. That's why that arrow is pointing forward, because we're not finished yet. And so how to participate? There's two paths that you can participate in the BPP. One pathway, which is open to everyone, the full CIIS community, is to attend our workshop series. And so these workshops are focused on Black psychology. They're open to the full community, and we strongly, strongly encourage you to attend as many as you can. We try to keep track so that we can give attendees an acknowledgement of participation at the end of the academic year. And we'll email you a beautiful certificate that you can print out and put up on your wall. And then the other way to participate is if you're of African ancestry, and we don't define that for you. You say you are, we believe you, and we are not going to question it. And it is a peer JEGNA-ship cohort. And we ask that folks be of African ancestry because it is such a sacred space, because we are engaged in divine work. And so every year over the summer, we open up the application so that you can apply for the upcoming academic year. And then lastly, the 28 Days of Blackness. We have lots and lots of programs happening throughout the month. I'm so excited. Tronda has just done a phenomenal job of putting together an exceptional program of activities. There are beautiful places where you can go and see all of the work that is happening. I'm going to click on a couple of them. Is this I think this is the... Yes, this is the one, on the ODI. I keep still calling it the ODI. Y'all need to change that to stop me from calling it the ODI. So on SharePoint, you can go and you can see all of the different events that are coming up on SharePoint. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked on it. Now I got to figure out how to get back to my slides. Okay, I did it. Yay. And then there's a beautiful, what is this thing called? I forget what it's called.
Tablet.
Yeah. Did you give me
the tablet?
Is this it?
And I must say, I cannot take credit because some of the members from the JEGNA-ship cohort helped. We got Radia who helped out, Mary. We have Damali who helped design the flyer and who added in some of the film screenings. It was definitely a communal and collective effort. I was just a vessel.
Can you all see the palette? With all the beautiful colors and everything?
Very pretty.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
And then we also have a YouTube channel. So everybody, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So all of the recordings from the workshop sessions, I've been going through my archives because most of them are on my computer. It's under my name because at the time when this was created, it still wasn't an official part of the university. So all of the work up until just about a year ago is under my personal accounts. But if you go on YouTube and just type in BPP BPP at CIIS. Our YouTube channel will come up, and you can watch past workshops that you may have missed, or if you want to see them again, they are on this YouTube channel. And eventually we'll shift this over to an official CIIS one. But in the meantime, it's here, and there are ones from years ago that eventually I'm going to have uploaded to the site for all of us to be able to share in. And I think that's it. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you want to, join us, you can email us, bpp at CIIS. And I close with saying Ubuntu. I am because you are. We are because I am. Thank you.
Adeeba, Deanna had to go, but she wanted me to say a few words about the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship. If now is the appropriate time, or someone else can. So first of all, I'm so excited to meet y'all. Can you show again who's here as part of the Emerging Black Clinicians? There were a few more, yes. So this is a long prayer that we had, recognizing, and it appeared, as Adeeba said, a funder approached us around this. It is a particular support for folks training to be therapists. We received a 5-year, $400,000 grant. And because Adeeba and I have been doing this work for so long, we knew the kinds of support, like tuition reduction is good, but we knew that our students sometimes needed support, money in their pocket for childcare, for that your therapy. And so it is such a blessing that we got this grant and that Deanna stepped up and took on this project. This is our pilot year, and I think there are 8 or 9 folks for the pilot, which is right on track. It'll grow year after year. The cohort not only gets to participate in the BPP offerings, Deanna will have specialized clinical training for all of you. And the part of the fellowship, the part that makes it a fellowship is that these students will also be in some way engaging with the community. And I want you to know that we wrote that into the grant proposal based on the Gateway Project. It was so important for us to step outside of the walls of CIS and the barriers of that and engage with our community. So there's also a community project that is a part of this. And so I'll leave it at that. If any of the students engaged in the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship want to say what it means to you, that would be great to hear any of your so far, like why you signed up or what it means for you at this time. And I love that there are some new students, and I know that there are some students who are further along in their path, but it's really wonderful.
Hi, everybody. So just a few moments ago, sorry, I muted myself again. I had put in the chat about my 4-year-old who I asked to come join me to hear all this wonderful wisdom. And he made that comment about like, but you're Black and I'm not. He's biracial, his dad is British. And, I took it really hard, but to be honest, it took me like nearly 40 years to really dig deep into this work. And so I really appreciated that support to say, like, be patient. And what this means to me, being a fellow, is to bring that wisdom home and share that wisdom with my son. So I'm doing this for him and for me and to honor the ancestors, and I'm just to honor you all and your great work. So thank you. It's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. Yes, just opening the space for, thoughts, feedback. We're just hanging out. I've said all that I have to say. So just, folks want to share either, what the BPP means to them, what they would like to see, what the Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship Project is for them. I'd love to hear from faculty and staff.
I can share. As being accepted into the program, I'm really excited to be in community with other Black folks who are at CIIS having the same experience. Being part of the JEGNA-ship has honed my lens a little bit in classes when we're presented with information that I clearly see that Indigenous folks, Black folks have been erased out of it. I can reference knowledge that I've accessed through the Jegnership to bring that not only to my awareness, but also the awareness of other folks who are in the class.
Beautiful. Thank you for that testimony.
I know for myself, I hope to see more faculty and professors attending this because I'm tired of diversity. I'm tired of Black people being caught up in the catch-all of diversity and people of color and not identified the way that we should be. And I'm tired of being treated as a footnote. So I'm hoping that there will be more professors who are able to see the importance of this and how to incorporate it with the rest of the things that we're learning in class. Because it's still, I feel like a footnote still.
I appreciate that.
I'm happy to be here. My name is Kelly Foster because this space is really needed. It's powerful and potent and vibrant and alive. And I really crave and need that. And like Ashley said, I would love to see more professors here because education is ongoing. And my education should always be ongoing. And I will make mistakes, but it's what I do and how I give myself the grace to make those mistakes and stand back up and conduct myself as a model. And I'm just really grateful to be here. And the creation of community.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
Asabi just joined us, and she's also a fellow. And Asabi, they're asking for all the fellows to just speak a little bit about what is the charge again. Speak a little bit about your involvement with the emerging Black clinicians, and just share a little bit about your program and what you plan to do.
Thank you. It was a little bit of a challenge for me to get here, but I'm so glad to be in the room. And my name is Asabi. I am a second-year student in the Expressive Arts Therapy program. My medium is music, and I'm here as LaTronda just said, as an emerging Black clinician fellow, which is really exciting. I'm excited to be a part of a cohort of emerging clinicians of color, not of color, Black identifying, self-identifying Black people who are here to do the work.
Yeah.
And so we are coming together on the 3rd of March for our preliminary launch into the world of being a fellow. So I actually don't know very much, but I do know that it's rooted in the Black experience. And it is a place that is going to help me as I develop my scholarship, as well as my practice. So.
Good job. Good job.
Yay. Thank you, Asabi. Good to see you. And you did a great job. I want to just, listening to you all, there was nothing like this when I was a student in community mental health. In fact, I couldn't even, so I resonate with what people are saying about their professors. There was no Black Psychology Project There was no Emerging Black Clinicians Fellowship there. I didn't even know, I knew Adeeba, but we weren't sitting next to one another, even with all the articles. So it even limited my scholarship. Like I couldn't even write about the things I wanted to write about because there was no resourcing. Since then, even the library has been a huge partner this whole time and resources. So I just want to call that out, what a blessing it is and how much joy there is in this group to see the generations of students and everyone who's contributed. And now you're just part of that lineage and legacy. Is only going to get better, you know, for the Black students in the future, because the fellowship will also help give clinical students a Black clinical orientation. I believe it might be into psychotherapy, but don't want to jump ahead of Deanna, but you will actually leave, in addition to psychodynamics or whatever program you're in, with a grounded clinical orientation, and really into is universal. As well, but I digress. So it's such a blessing. I'm so joyful to see you all and to see this happening. Literally, it did used to be Adeeba's desk with a couple of articles and a dead plant. She's no good with plants. So look at all this. That's
we
great.
also have Glency, who had her hand up, but she took it down. But I still want to check in with you to see if you have anything you want to add.
I do. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I have my grandson with me, so you hear his entertainment in the background. But since I was not a part of the identifier that was given, that's why I took my hand down. But I do want to say that I am grateful for, and I'll just come on camera anyway. You just have to enjoy seeing him enjoy his stuff.
Yeah, you know we love the baby.
Yeah.
So there he is. Nasir.
There he is, Nasir.
But I want to say that I am richly blessed by the program. I'm looking at how I can intersect what I learned here as I do the work with women's spirituality, working with our people. When I say our people, with women of African descent. How we can integrate faith and the mental aspect of what we encounter. And so I have been just really blessed. I was introduced to BPP by Mary last year, and I'm happy to continue to be a part as long as I am a student at CIIS. So thank you.
Yay, yay.
He's in training. He's in training.
Yes, yes, he is.
Just informed in training.
Expose them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge a number of things. One, so many things I want to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge Danielle Drake. I want to acknowledge Heidi. And those two for now. I'm going to start with those two. Dr. Drake has the work that she's done over the years. I came to CIIS in 2010. And as she mentioned in her introduction, I believe she arrived in 2008, I think she said. And so we've been riding this road for a minute. And to watch her over that decade plus has been amazing. Her dissertation, she created a method, okay? The sister created a method. And I would love for her to tell the story of going to the African Psychology Conference at FAMU and the impact that it had on her dissertation and the theory.
She had to hop off, so she's no longer on with us.
Okay, like I said, faces and spaces on computers are a challenge for me. So I'll tell the story real briefly. So Dr. Drake, she went to, there's an African Psychology Conference that happens every year at FAMU, which is Florida A&M. And one of our most beloved and foundational scholars, teachers, he actually begun the field of Black psychology by the name of Dr. Naeem Akbar. So Danielle had gone to the conference to present her proposal, dissertation proposal. She hadn't finished it yet. So she does her presentation and she's walking out to the parking lot. And Dr. Akbar chases her into the parking lot and tells her he was so impressed, and he loves her work. And that's like Jesus touching you, right? If you know Black psychology and who Naeem Akbar is, the heavens have opened and you have been touched by the divine being himself. And so there was nothing nobody was going to say to her from that point forward. It was done. It was whole, perfect, complete in that moment forward. So the rest of it was just technical stuff, right? And so I don't want to say what her theory, her method is, because I don't want to say the name of it incorrectly. But we will make sure she's going to be presenting a workshop. What month is Dr. Drake's?
That's in March.
In March. So next month.
Yes.
So you'll get to hear. Yes, yes. So any of you who are in doing research and you're looking for a method, our very own Dr. Danielle Drake has one. So you've got at least two present with you now. I have a method, Sankofa Praxis. So it's a theoretical framework. So you can use Sankofa Praxis as your theoretical framework, and you can use Dr. Drake's method as your method for conducting your research. And so to that end, I'm going to talk about Heidi. I love me some Heidi. Heidi has been down with the people from the very start. She was down that same hallway. That was a powerful hallway, that corridor on the fourth floor. We had some folks on that corridor on the fourth floor. And Heidi was one of them. She was a program coordinator at the time for East-West Psychology. And she was doing some other stuff before that, but I'm just going to start with EWP. And I will go down to Heidi's desk all the time. One of the very first professionally published journal articles that I ever had published was because of a journal that Heidi had her hand in. And her editing and her encouragement and her support and everything that I have done over the years has been unfailing and consistent. And I oftentimes encourage people to go to the Center for Writing and Scholarship. The talent of fellows that she has in the Center for Writing and Scholarship is phenomenal. One of those previous fellows, Muriel Vincent, is featured. She has a chapter in this book, and diverse bodies, diverse practices. She's a somatic psychologist. We read it in my classes, and I would strongly encourage you to read Muriel's chapter in this book. The name of it is Sankofa, A Journey of Embodied Remembering. And it's a powerful chapter. And so I know that Muriel's work was informed by Heidi and being a part of that fellowship in the Center for Writing and Scholarship. So I wanted to acknowledge her because she's been consistent. And then lastly, George has not missed us. If he missed the workshop, I didn't know he missed it. He has been consistent. Whenever the Zoom link goes out, if he's able, he is present. And I just appreciate that so very much. The consistency has just been phenomenal. And so I just wanted to thank you. I've not had many opportunities to engage with you one-on-one, but I know that you are present, and I recognize and I see you, and I appreciate you.
He's gone now, though, Adeeba, but it's recorded.
Yeah.
Yes, he knows.
Yeah.
So that's it. We also wanted to acknowledge any new students joining us this year to CIIS.
And new faculty and staff. I don't know if they're still present, because you all know that, faces are invisible to me. You all are all in witness protection as far as I'm concerned.
I love it. Witness protection, huh?
Beautiful. So if we're not hearing any other voices, we can put some music on and dance our way on into perfection, as Parliament used to say. Any final closing thoughts, voices that want to be heard or shared?
I want to share something else. I'm sorry, I just jumped in there. So you'll get more information. It's forthcoming, but the BSU is established.
Woohoo! Yes.
We're
Yay.
working out some of the final details, but it's coming.
Yay. Oh, that's so good.
Wonderful news. Wonderful news. Yes, yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Yes.
Resurrected, huh?
That's
all we did was Zola up on it.
That's right.
That's right. Zola up on we.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, is it officially going to be
There you go. Look, Tracy just said +1. One more. There you go. You recruiting girl in here.
Hey, yes, we want you. And yes, it is officially the Black Student Union.
Oh, wonderful. That is so.
Congratulations. Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And thank you for just stepping up and, taking the mantle and moving forward with it, 'cause
Yes, it's me and Jen and Shamika are really driving this action, but we're excited.
You got another one. Glency just said you got her.
Thank you. Yes.
There you go. See?
We're gonna need to collect your contact information.
Put your information in the chat or send it directly to Asabi.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. One last thing I want to say, because someone had asked about this earlier when I was using a lot of African terminology. And I really appreciate, because I can hear it, excuse me. A number of you have used my favorite word, ascent. So I heard you when you said African ascent, and I appreciate that. And I'm putting a pin in it because oftentimes the term is used descent, as if we are derivatives, as if we are going this way. We are always in ascension. We are always ascending. So I just appreciate hearing you all use that language. Dr. Goddard and Dr. Nobles brought that language to my tongue and to my mouth, and to be able to hear them bring it to me and me bring it to you, that jegnaship, that forward motion. So yes, indeed, we are of African ascent, and we are constantly ascending and ascending and ascending. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, I'm gonna play this little song. Let's see if it'll play here. See if my speaker will come on and we can dance our way out. There it is.
Don't step into the ditch, high ground. Nobody turn around. Step on up, you can clear the highest star. Straight ahead, 'cause life can be far. Yeah. Keep on. Keep on. With the strength of your mind, you can be set free. You can overcome your past. Search deep inside, and you will see. Time has come and keep on, yeah. Keep on, keep on. We gotta keep on. try. It's all reaching till you touch the sky. Life has many ups and downs. Put your feet on solid ground. Keep on, keep on, keep on. You gotta keep on. Keep keeping on. You gotta keep keeping on. Keep on, keeping on. You gotta keep on. Keep on, keep keeping on. You gotta keep keeping on. Through the strength of your mind, you can be set free. You can overcome your past. Search deep inside, and you will see. Find us coming away.
Gotta keep keeping on. Keep keeping on.
You gotta keep keeping on. Keep keeping on. You gotta keep keeping on. You gotta keep
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our opening ritual, Sankofa Praxis, 28 Days of Blackness. Yay!
Put in the chat, the next event will be Sunday, February 13th. It will be Comedic Yoga. Join us, 11 a.m. It will be virtual, and you can use the same link.
Beautiful. Thank you.